Hello, my name is Jessica Tashina Smith Gomes, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the T-app data breach, which occurred in July 2025. My GitHub is ta-chi-na, and my EDX is Tashina-Gomes. I'm from Canada, and this was made on September 2nd, 2025. Thank you. Welcome to my presentation on the T-app data breach. The T-app is an app for women only discussing safety app. Launched in 2023. Being a woman in coding, I find this breach to be very concerning. I'm concerned with the safety of women and thought that this app was a great idea. The T breach shows how basic failures in securing sensitive data, including biometric images and private messages, can have devastating privacy and safety consequences. There are only two types of companies in the world: those that have been breached and know it, and those that have been breached and don't know it. Course relevance. In week 1, securing data, we learned about securing data. T failed to secure private images and DMs. We learned about encryption in transition. T's data wasn't properly protected. We learned about deletion. T kept verification images that should have been deleted after verification. We also learned about keys. T had mismanagement of authentication authorization keys that likely allowed unauthorized access to storage. The first breach was discovered on July 25th, 2025. A user on 4chan posted a link to expose Google Firebase storage bucket. 72,000 images were exposed, such as selfies, photo ID, users submitted images from posts, comments, and DMs. The cause was an unsecure Firebase storage bucket. The second breach, 1.1 million private DMs, was exposed. The topics included abortions, cheating, personal phone numbers, and locations. T admitted DMs were accessed and the system was taken offline. Dangerous breach, nature biometrics, and harassment/threats. Anonymous women were discussing sensitive and personal experiences. The real-world risk led to exposure of identity, relationships, and safety. Unlike passwords, selfies and ID photos cannot be changed. It has long-term risks for deep fakes, impersonations, and identity theft. Malicious attackers could connect anonymous profiles with real names and women's faces, which increased risk of stalking. The root causes were unsecure back-end system, Firebase bucket database was left open, no encryption in transit for critical images/messages, poor data retention policies, verification images were kept despite promise to delete, weak DevSecOps practices, no automated checks, no tests, and lack of secure by default. The issues were that T's backend used Google Firebase real-time database for storing sensitive user data like selfies and messages. The problem was that the database was left publicly accessible, which means that no authentication rules were enforced. What attackers could do and did. Firebase database often follow a URL pattern, and attackers could simply query this endpoint with a tool like CURL. Attackers could run facial recognition on leaked selfies to demonize users. They would link IDs to real-world identities. Then they could publish sensitive conversations. Hackers published the stolen images and messages on underground forums. In conclusion, the T's failure illustrates that basic misconfiguration can have massive real-life consequences. Even popular apps with good intentions can harm users without privacy by design and secure infrastructure. Security is not optional, especially for apps dealing with sensitive, personal, and biometric data.